So are you all in on Vice President Harris, and what specifically are you doing to support her campaign?
Well, I was already a great supporter of the Biden-Harris ticket. I'm continuing those efforts and redoubling them. I'd already maxed out to Biden-Harris. Am I allowed to put in more money to Harris? But I will continue to contribute to the various, kind of the issue and other support organizations, which will continue the advocacy for what kind of America we want to see.
Continuing to unite our party.
What do you want to see when it comes to the vice presidential pick? Who do you want her to pick?
Whether it ranges from great governor choices like Governor Whitmer or Governor Shapiro. I think there's Mark Kelly. I think there's exceptional cabinet members like Gina Raimondo.
It's interesting, two of the names that you mentioned, Gina Raimondo and Governor Whitmer. What do you make of the idea of maybe having two women on the ticket?
Well, I think it's great to demonstrate the fact that in America, we can also join the other amazing democracies and have a woman as president.
And we have an election to win.
And women leadership is something that's very dear to us and very capable. And so I think that would be awesome.
What about a business leader as the vice president, such as Mark Cuban?
I think that would be awesome and bold. Vice President Harris has the ability to signal that not only have they done great things in their 4 years of the administration, but new things and making her own mark. And that's one of the things I think is so exciting about her candidacy. And so I think that could be an excellent way of doing that.
So we've heard a lot about tech titans backing former President Trump. Others are obviously anti-Trump. What's the vibe like in the Silicon Valley community towards Vice President Harris and her tech policy?
Of AI models for public use.
There's many threads that are very excited about her. Having been, a California senator for a long time, she understands how technology can create a great difference for the American people, and she can see some of the positive vision forward. And I think this is the reason why, a variety of folks, whether it's, Vinod Khosla, Reed Hastings, Sheryl Sandberg, are all coming out in support of her.
LinkedIn co-founder and big Democratic donor Reid Hoffman is throwing his support behind Kamala Harris. Hoffman now joins what's become a tidal wave of donations supporting the vice president, from Democratic grassroots up to the mega party donors, also including Abigail Disney, who had publicly announced that she was stopping donations to the Democratic Party, to Democratic candidates, unless and until Joe Biden dropped his bid. CNN's Matt Egan has more on this. He's tracking all of this for us. Matt, you spoke to Reid Hoffman. What did he tell you?
Okay, he's going all in on Kamala Harris, the LinkedIn billionaire. He dismissed the idea that Silicon Valley is turning towards former President Trump. He said that, in fact, many parts of the tech industry are very excited about Vice President Harris. And he argued that it's really Harris, not Trump, who would be stronger for business and stronger for American families. Take a listen to why that is.
Trump wants tariffs, which is anti-business. Makes this a very strange election indeed, because I think actually Vice President Harris is much more of the pro-business candidate than Trump and Vance.
But Vice President Harris, she wants to raise the corporate tax rate. The Harris-Biden administration, or Biden-Harris administration, has in fact imposed tariffs. So aren't there some anti-business concerns there as well?
I think what's most important for business is stability of a country, unity, rule of law. And, a percent difference in corporate tax, or 2% or 3% difference in corporate tax, is far, far less important.
Now, the Trump campaign, of course, has argued otherwise, saying that former President Trump is the one that's going to put more money in the pockets of American families, and blaming the Biden-Harris administration for the high cost of living. Now, even Reid Hoffman conceded that he's not thrilled with all parts of the Biden administration. In particular, he strongly criticized Lina Khan, the FTC chair. He said that Lina Khan is, quote, waging war on American business. And he went so far as to say that he hopes that a President Harris would replace Lina Khan at the FTC. Now, the agency pushed back, telling CNN in a statement that Chair Khan is honored to work in this administration where she has worked to protect consumers, workers, and entrepreneurs from corporate abuses. And it's worth remembering that Lina Khan, she's won some fans on the left for her efforts to fight monopolies, to try to push back against the big oil and big tech. And interestingly enough, she even has a fan on the Republican ticket. J.D. Vance has said that Lina Khan is one of the only Biden officials who's doing a good job right now. So just for everyone scoring at home, you have a situation where a Democratic mega donor is slamming a Biden-appointed regulator who actually has won praise from a Republican VP nominee. Another reminder, Kate, of how strange this election really is.
And a lot and a little time to go still, it seems. Matt, thank you so much.